Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price this Friday as we have a new monthly open and Bitcoin's price is breaking above the 250 period moving average right now, testing the previous weekly open and the previous monthly open right around that $47,200 level. I had to get this video out to you guys right now to talk about what we're seeing in the smaller time frames and the potential for Bitcoin to get back above 50,000 US dollars. Is this truly going to be a move to the upside that is going to allow Bitcoin to see continuation? We're going to talk about that today. Everything morphs from the smaller time frames into the larger time frames. So when we go into the 3-hour chart, you can see we've yet to see any crazy amounts of volume, and that tells me that we're still following the path of least resistance, which is always going to be sideways to a little bit higher. And so it's not a surprise that we're seeing some price action with a new monthly candle. That is totally expected here. These are the type of catalysts that can allow Bitcoin to start testing these more important resistance levels. But look, we've yet to get above this previous monthly open and previous weekly open. And so this is going to be the major level right now at 47,200. If we can get some hourly and 4-hour candles above this level, the storyline can potentially change for the Bitcoin price to then potentially get back above 50,000 US dollars for either a final retest of this level or a break and decisive move that could take us further than the $54,000 highs that we recently saw here on the 6th of September. Now, we do want to take everything with a grain of salt coming into the weekend. That's when the things are the most manipulated in the cryptocurrency market due to CME futures being closed, but we can get a lot of hints about what's happening in the smaller time frames as they're going to start morphing into the larger time frames. And so far on the 3-hour chart, notice how we still have light volume. The path of least resistance when there's light volume is always sideways to a little bit higher. So we can justify that we're still seeing the path of least resistance for Bitcoin. But when we go into the daily chart, if we talk about what range we're playing in right now, the body of today's candle tells us that we're inside of the range of 41,950 and 49,700. This is a pretty large range. If we were to look at percentage-wise, we're talking about a 20% range for Bitcoin. So we are expecting a lot of volatility coming into this weekend. Now, we have to go back to the basics. And when it comes to trading, everything revolves around market structure, price action, and overall trend. And so far, if we were to just look at the recent highs that we've formed, we sort of have this resistance level here, and we sort of have this channel forming here. We could get a trend line and be a little bit more exact and precise about this. But notice how there's confluence here in this region where we have the previous weekly open at 47,200 with this structural resistance. If we are not able to get above 47,200 with hourly and 4-hour candles, then this could be a upside move that's already been exhausted. But if we can get above this level, that would be a huge deal for Bitcoin. So this is what we're going to have to monitor. I had to get this video out to you guys today. And of course, when we go into what's happening in the 3-minute time frame, which is extremely small, notice how we have all of this buy pressure coming, all this buy volume. We have no sellers in sight so far. That's a very positive thing, but it's the weekend. Things are the most manipulated. We go into the 15-minute chart. The volume isn't necessarily anything to go home and tell grandma about just yet. But if we are able to see some more volume coming in, maybe even while I'm recording this video, we can break above 47,200. That would be a very big deal for Bitcoin. Remember, the previous weekly open, which I have here on the chart in green at 47,200, is a place that institutions love to bring price towards because most traders are looking at the current weekly open, not the previous weekly open. And so I am not surprised to see Bitcoin right now testing this $47,200 level. We really want to see us break above this level. If we are not able to see that break, then the potential for us to come back down and test 44,800 becomes highly likely. And that is going to be the first support level for Bitcoin that we want to hold if we want to assume that we're going to get the break above 47,300. So if we start to see price action coming back down to 44,800 and we hold this level, we start to see more volume come in, that is also going to be an extremely positive thing, and we could potentially see the continuation towards 49,700. But knowing that we're playing in this very large 20% range, when we're seeing sideways price action and consolidation for Bitcoin, it allows altcoins to also see some upside. And so at this point, If we stay above 44,800, we can assume that we're going to be seeing some upside for some altcoins. But if we break below 44,800, the concern I have here is we have the monthly open, which just reset today at 43,800-ish. And that is going to be an extremely important support now for Bitcoin just below 44,800. If we get below that, let's just say $43,800 level, that could be the first signs of concern that we're coming back down to 41,950. And once again, you come back down to a area where we've already cleared the order books here, that could be a big concern, and that could drive the price even below 40,000 US dollars. So we have a lot of scenarios to talk about today. It's going to be an extremely volatile weekend, an extremely exciting weekend, potentially a lot of opportunities for altcoins as well. And so we really want to monitor this test right now of 47,200. That was the main reason I needed to get this video out to you guys. And then let's talk about what's happening here to Ethereum and other altcoins. Are we seeing a little bit of a change in direction when it comes to altcoins being strong against Bitcoin right now? Well, let's talk about that. The Ethereum to Bitcoin chart is obviously not performing right now as strong as we'd like it to. We're seeing some downside here, 68,000 Satoshis. We're seeing some new lows form. That tells me that there's money flowing from Ethereum into Bitcoin right now. Are we just seeing this upside move for Bitcoin because we're seeing some capital flow from altcoins back into Bitcoin? That's certainly on the table. Notice how Bitcoin dominance is up 1% right now, breaking above the 50-day moving average. That's a big deal because remember, we have this 20-week moving average for Bitcoin dominance that we've yet to get above at 45% dominance right now. And we know that if Bitcoin dominance gets above this 20-week moving average, that is going to be a very big deal for the altcoin market because that assumes a macro reversal in trend when it comes to altcoins being stronger than Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin is going to be the stronger asset in the next few weeks or months if we get above this 20-week moving average. So I think it's a huge puzzle piece that with this upside move for Bitcoin up 7% right now, Bitcoin dominance is up 1%. That's very interesting because if we were in an altcoin season and we were seeing Bitcoin up 7%, then we would see Ethereum maybe up 14%, but we're not seeing that. We're seeing Ethereum only up 6%. And so that's a very big deal. Notice how Bitcoin right now breaking above this previous weekly open. Very nice to see this while we're making this video. This is an extremely important move right now. If we can get an hourly and 4-hour candle closing above this $47,200 level, that's a very positive thing for Bitcoin because now 49,700 becomes the next level of resistance. Now let's say that we do break above 49,700. The question is, are we going to be able to surpass this $54-ish thousand level? Really, it's that $53,000 level that we recently saw Bitcoin form a high at before dropping 19%. This is going to be a very big level for Bitcoin if we get above 49,700. We can talk about that once we start to see price action towards 49,700 because that could assume an even further break to the upside. But for now, this is what we want to monitor. This move that we're seeing, is it just capital flowing back into Bitcoin and allowing Bitcoin to see a push to the upside, or is this truly a move indicating new capital flowing to the market? Well, we look at the total cryptocurrency market cap chart. Nothing crazy just yet. We actually have yet to even test the previous weekly open on this chart, telling me that there's certainly capital flowing between coins in the market, but we've yet to get a confirmation that there's new money flowing to the market. And once again, if the market's not going up, it's going down. And so far, since the total market cap chart has yet to form new highs, we can only assume money is flowing between coins versus capital from other markets flowing into the cryptocurrency market. And so this is an extremely important resistance here for the total market cap at 2.125 trillion. If we can get above that, we can start talking about some even further upside targets here. But when we look at what's happening here to the DXY as we close the week, of course, traditional markets are important. We did close above a major resistance. And so this right here is a puzzle piece. Coming into the weekend, things are the most manipulated. So we have to take everything with a grain of salt, but we are above a very big resistance level, indicating the dollar is strong and is strengthening. and that Bitcoin dominance could certainly follow, being the fact that they're so correlated. And I really think that the biggest puzzle piece today is the fact that Bitcoin dominance is up 1% with this upside move. When we look at the altcoins outside of Ethereum and Bitcoin dominance, we're actually seeing downside here. So everything is falling in line with our thesis that altcoin season is slowing down and Bitcoin dominance is starting to see its strength. When we look at commodities and international markets, the biggest thing to realize is Japan had a massive drop to close the week here, back at the 200-day moving average, where we have a lot of confluence here with the 50-day and 100-day. And so this is a major support level. We've basically just come back down to a very neutral point for the Japanese markets, and the S&P 500 also breaking down below the 50-day moving average. That's not a good puzzle piece coming into the weekend for the cryptocurrency market. We can assume that there's fear in the market. And so it's very interesting to see what Bitcoin is doing here on Friday, breaking to the upside. The real question is, are we going to be seeing continuation and strength with this move to the upside? I think that we're really going to get that answer in the next 24 to 48 hours. Other than that, though, the last thing I want to show you guys here is Ethereum dominance also showing weakness here. So it's pretty much not decoupling away from the other altcoins. And for those that are saying that Ethereum is going to flip Bitcoin, I don't think we've yet to see anything to confirm that yet just now. So very interesting time. I hope you guys have kept up with the different parts of the market and how they're reacting to this upside move for Bitcoin right now. The main thing to realize is with this move to the upside, we're seeing Bitcoin dominance increase, and that's a huge deal. And altcoin dominance is starting to decrease. And so I'll quickly actually just run through our altcoin portfolio here. Let's see how altcoins are performing. Notice how altcoins are up in US dollar value, but most of them are down against Bitcoin. And so that is what happens when we're seeing a reversal in Bitcoin dominance. And so everything is falling in line with our thesis here. The path of least resistance, once again, when there's low volume, is always going to be sideways to a little bit higher. So let's see what happens here. 4-hour and hourly candles above 47,200 would be a very positive thing for Bitcoin. A failure of that is not going to be a good thing coming to the weekend. The revolving parts like the S&P 500, the DXY are not in the favor of Bitcoin to see upside into this weekend as much as we're seeing the 7% move to the upside right now. So thank you all for tuning into the Snipers channel today. I hope you enjoyed today's analysis, and until next time, Snipers out.